Qur'an. Now we have to ask ourselves a question now, what does it mean then to be from the people of Allah or the people of the Qur'an? I'm going to quote you some words from Muhammad ibn al-Husayn Al Âjurriyy, rahimahullah ta'ala, in his book Akhlaaq Hamalatal Qur'aan. The manners of the one who carries the Qur'an, i.e. who memorizes the Qur'an, carries the Qur'an in his heart. He said, rahimahullah ta'ala, and I'll quote you in English so we save time. He said, for the one whom Allah has enabled to learn the Qur'an and favored him over others who have not learned the Qur'an, and he wants to be one of the people of the Qur'an, one of Allah's people, and those who are closest and chosen by Allah, it is essential for him to make the Qur'an Rabi'a qalbihi, the joy of his heart. The joy of his heart. He has to make the Qur'an the thing that brings joy to his heart, so that he can cure the sicknesses of his heart through the Qur'an. And he should follow the teachings of the Qur'an and should take to noble attitude and behavior that will make him stand out from the people who do not read the Qur'an. He then said, the first thing he should do is to have taqwa of Allah in private and public, and to be careful about how he acquires his food, drink, clothing and accommodation. He should be aware of the time and the environment in which he lives and the extent of corruption among the people of his time. He should be careful with people lest they have a negative impact on his religious commitment. He should focus on his own self and strive his utmost to change what is wrong with his attitude and his behavior. He should guard his tongue and be careful in his speech, speaking on the basis of knowledge if he thinks that speaking will serve a purpose, and remaining silent on the basis of knowledge if he thinks that remaining silent will serve a purpose. He should not interfere in that which doesn't concern him, and he should be more fearful of his own tongue than of his enemies. He should laugh little at things at which people laugh, because of the bad consequences of laughter. He should have a cheerful approach when meeting people, and speak words of kindness. And he should not backbite anyone, look down on anyone, revile anyone, or rejoice in the misfortune of anyone, or transgress against anyone, or envy anyone. For he has taken the Qur'an and the Sunnah and the understanding of Islamic teachings as his guide, in order for him to acquire every single good aspect of manners. He should guard all of his physical faculties against doing what is forbidden. If words of truth is spoken to him, he should accept them, whether they come from someone younger or someone older. He should seek prominence from Allah, not from the people. He should hate arrogance and fear falling into it. He should not earn a living by means of the Qur'an, or try to use the Qur'an to meet his needs. And he should not use it as a means of establishing connections with people of authority. He should not sit with rich people to recite Qur'an for them so they may honor him with gifts. He should be content with little and it would suffice him. He should guard himself against worldly adornments and anything which would make him transgress the limits and follow the teachings of the Qur'an and the Sunnah. When he eats and drinks and clothes and sleeps, or when he engages in intimacy with his wife, or interacts with his brothers in faith and visits them, he should do so on the basis of what he has learned from the teachings of Islam. He should commit himself to honoring his parents. If they seek his help in doing something that is pleasing to Allah, he should help them. But if they seek his help in doing something displeasing to Allah, he should not help them. If he disobeys them with regard to a sinful matter, he should still treat them with kindness, so they might give up the intended evil deed which was not right for them to do. He should uphold the ties of kinship and dislike severing ties. And if someone cuts him off, he doesn't cut them off in turn. If anyone disobeys Allah with regard to him, he should obey Allah with regard to that person. He is gentle and kind in all of his affairs, patient in teaching good. The one who is learning from him will feel at ease with him, and the one who sits with him is happy to do so because sitting with him is beneficial. He refers to knowledge and understanding as a way to guide him to everything that is good. When he studies the Qur'an, he does so with focus of mind. His main aim in doing so is to understand what Allah made obligatory for him, to follow His commands and heed His prohibitions. His concern is not when will I finish the surah. Rather, his concern is when will I realize that Allah is sufficient for me and I need no one else. When will I be one of the pious? When will I be one of the doers of good? When will I be one of those who put their trust in Allah? When will I be one of those who fear Allah? When will I be one of the patient? When will I be able to understand the words of Allah? When will I be able to understand what I'm reciting? When will I be able to gain control of my nafs and restrain its desires? When will I truly strive in Allah's cause? When will I pay heed to the warnings of the Qur'an? When will I be focused on the remembrance of Allah, so focused on the remembrance of Allah that I will not be distracted by anything else? Whoever is like this or close to it, then he is truly reciting the Qur'an as it should be recited and paying proper care and attention to it. The Qur'an will be a witness, an intercessor, a comforter and a protection for him. Whoever is like that will benefit himself and his family and will be a source of goodness for his parents and his children in this world and in the hereafter.